welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Princess, and yes, that's my real name. This is my first video. I'm so excited. I feel excited because this is something I've been wanting to do for a long time. YouTube is something that I feel that is a great platform to share your life and things that are important in life with those who may need to hear what you have to say and be inspired and impacted by it. And so for my first video, I just want to start off by saying Happy New Year to everyone. It's the year 2020, and as I like to say, and as I've been saying on my social media platforms, it is the year of perfect vision. So it's a year where everything's going to be clear. So I'm just really excited to embark on this new journey and start this new process of doing something I've never done before, stepping outside of my comfort zone and sharing a piece of my life with everyone out there. So for my first video today, I basically want to just dive into some really deep topics concerning, for those of you who don't know what's going to happen this year, what are you going to do, or you just want something new for your life and you want a new vision, you want new dreams, and you want just the turnaround in your life. And for me personally, that turnaround is going deeper into God. So I'm going to be talking about that, my year at a glance, and the things that God has put in my heart for this year. So stay tuned. I hope that this video will inspire and impact you in such a way and give you a sense of direction for the year 2020. So we'll be right back. All right, guys, so let's get into it. No more delay. So the first thing that we're going to touch on, which is the main enchilada of this video, is something that I like to call G.G.D. G.G.D. Okay, don't mind my hands. It's not I'm not with a sorority, I'm not with a college, I don't represent an organization. I'm very animated when I speak. So again, G.G.D. And basically G.G.D. is, it's like an acronym, okay? And basically, G.G.D. means God, goals, declaration. God, goals, declaration. So say it with me. God, goals, declaration. And that is, for now, the motto of 2020. And I'm going to break it down for you. So you see I have my planner here, and my used to be planner, but it still has some pages in it. And I brought this because I'm going to use this for an illustration. And over here you see I have a board. This is also going to be part of one of my illustrations. So G.G.D. is basically, it's like a grid to follow for this year, and something that you can apply as you go from January 2020 through the end of December 2020 and going into the new year of 2021. And we don't know what that holds. That's a whole nother topic. But let's start off with the first one, God. And whatever I'm going to tell you is just basically something that me personally, that I am seeking to do on a daily basis. So when I say God, it means putting God first, making God number one no matter what. And the way you do that is just basically honoring and acknowledging God every single day. And so when I wake up in the morning, I have a routine, and I'm not saying this is something you have to do, but this is just me. This is something that I do. And my routine is to wake up and talk to God and just kind of let him know, first of all, how I feel, and thank him, and just really honor him for another day, another year, and to really express to him how much I'm thankful and appreciative for all the things that he's doing in my life. Because if you woke up this morning, hey, that's a blessing. And you're breathing, you're healthy, blessing, blessing, blessing. So I wake up and I tell God how I feel, and I thank him for being who he is, and I worship him. And I just do whatever my heart desires and wants to offer up to him that day. Every day is not the same. Just because it's called a routine doesn't mean I'm doing the same thing each and every single time. But when I wake up in the morning and I honor God, I'm basically just telling God how I feel that day. And every day I feel differently. But the most important thing is that I'm talking to him. And that means I'm putting him first. And so that's the first one, putting God first. And then most importantly, I put him in my business. So when I wake up and I talk to God, that's me putting him in my business, telling him the things that I want to do today. God, I want to do this. God, I want to do that. And letting him just, in essence, tell me what I should and shouldn't do that day. And he's the almighty creator. So he can see ahead of me. He can see things I can't see. He can see what's going to happen 2 hours from now, 5 minutes from now. So it is so important for me to put God first and to acknowledge and honor him. And that's the focus for me in 2020. So that's the first one of G.G.D, God. The next one, the second one, is goals. And this is where we use a board and my planner. So with goals, goals are super, super important. Let me tell you, goals will motivate you. It'll make you self-driven, and goals will make you so resilient and passionate when you start doing that thing that you wrote down. And basically goals is just writing down something that your heart desires, something that you really want to do, but it seems unattainable. Let's keep it real. So I wrote down my goals for the year 2020. So the first thing I did was, before anything, I wrote down goals for the whole year. That's the first thing. And I wrote down everything I can imagine. I probably have a list of 30, 40, 50 things. And that's okay, because it's a whole year, 365 days, 52 weeks. You don't know what can happen in all that time. So don't worry how big or how long your goal list is. And realistically, at the end of the day, you're not in control. So there are things that you write down for this year that may not happen this year. It might happen next year, or it might happen tomorrow. It might happen 5 years from now. But the most important thing is that you wrote it and you believe in it. And that's the most important thing. So writing your goals down makes you look forward to something, gives you hope, makes you believe that there is something greater coming. So I wrote my goals down, and then I write a goal list for the month. So we're in the month of January 2020. So I have a goals list for January. And that's so important. Things that I know that I'd like to accomplish for the month of January. And it could be to someone, they might read your goals list for 2020, January, just the month of January 2020, and say, oh, that's silly. Oh, paying your phone bill. Oh, losing 5 pounds. Oh, you want to master how to put on lipstick. Whatever it might be. It might be stupid to someone, but it's important to you. So you should write it down, and that's going to make you get on it. Get on top of that and just make it happen. So I have my goals list for the month of January 2020, and I can honestly say it's been a couple of days, it's only been 2-3 days within this new year, and I can honestly say I can check some things off my list already that I've already gone into applying, and it feels good to check things off. So goals are important, and I brought the board because I feel like when you write your goals down, it's like having a board in front of you. You know, when you sit in a classroom, the teacher's writing on the board and you're taking notes. That's how it is when you write goals. It's like taking notes for your life. And the wonderful thing is that when you put God first and you writing your goals down, God is inspiring you as to what you should write. So really when I'm taking notes, it's not just my own thing, but it's a God thing. God is in everything that I'm doing, and he's inspiring me as to what he wants me to do within the year. So God, goals, and we have G.G.D, declaration. Guys, this is so important. Let me put this down. Let me tell you, you cannot make a goals list, put God in your business, make a goals list, and then you're speaking negativity in every single area of your life. And when I say declaration, it really is, saying what you believe about what you feel in your heart. And you have to understand, as you declare things, sometimes you're going to see the opposite of what you're declaring. And it can be frustrating. Hey, I'm the first person to say it. I get discouraged. I have several moments in a day where I get discouraged. Today I was discouraged, but I know that I have to persevere because I declared. And there is a power in declaration, especially when you're saying something that God put in your heart. When God puts something in your heart and you declare it openly, it really creates a power and a force, a magnetic force of that thing coming right to you. So I don't know what your goal is this year. I don't know if your goal is to start your bachelor's degree, go to school, get your associates. Maybe you registered and you haven't gone yet because you're having trouble with financial aid. And you're wondering, God, am I ever going to go to school? I'm 21, I'm 22, I'm 23, and I still haven't started school. Who cares? I mean, a lot of times the things we think about, we're thinking about it. You're worried about what people are thinking about you, but you're the only one worried about what you're doing, and no one else is. Just do it. So I don't care what it might be. You want to get your associates, you want to get your bachelor's, you want to start your master's, you want to start your doctorates, you want to get your PhD. Go for it. Declare it, decree it, and go for it. Let the Spirit of the Lord lead you. And you have to understand that, yes, as you declare and you decree things, it's not always going to happen the way you want it to happen. But if you believe in it and you believe enough, it will happen eventually. But you can't be afraid to take that step and try. If you don't try, you'll never know. So, whatever it might be, wanting your degree, wanting to get married. Yes, believe it or not, if you're on the female side of things, I don't care. You pray and you believe until it happens. Wanting your first car, needing a scholarship to go to school or a grant, it will happen if you believe it. And you have to declare that thing as though it already is. So, it's almost like what the Bible tells us about faith. Faith is being sure of what we hope for and certain of what we do not see. So that's in the book of Hebrews. I'm not going to go into exact referencing because I can't remember right now, but it's in the book of Hebrews. I'm absolutely certain, Hebrews 11, somewhere around there. But anyways, the point is, declaration is part of your faith. It's part of what you believe. And I'm telling you, G.G.D for 2020, that is the end game right there. And I promise you that whatever I'm telling you is not baloney macaroni. It's not coming from my own, it's not me. It's really something that God put in my heart. I'm sharing it because it's working for me. And like I said, from the end of 2019 coming into this year, I've seen God do so many things. It's unfathomable. I can't even speak on these things. And one day I'm going to give my testimony. I'm going to share with you guys all the amazing things God has done for me. And I could go on here talking, but I don't want to make this video too long. But again, like I said, Happy New Year, everyone. It's the year 2020, the year of perfect vision. That means everything's going to be clear. And because everything is clear, guess what? It's as clear as G.G.D. God, Goals, Declaration. So until next time, beautiful people, I love you. Most importantly, God loves you. And until next time, bye.